Before I even start to color knitting, I'm just going to say that this has been helical knit. So, and it's also being knit on a 60-inch needle. I'll probably continue to helical knit, though simply, I don't really know why, just because I started that way. And this is a really long needle, so that might be something you observe too. My main color is this sunflower. I got these needles out of my way, and my contrast color is right here. I'm going to hold the contrast color in my right hand, and I'm going to hold my main color in my left hand. I didn't switch needle size or anything like that. So I knit. There we go. Okay, so it looks like, to begin, here it is. I just knit a stitch there. So I'm going to hold that yarn in my right and hold the main color in my left. And this is all I do. So I throw with the right, and I do my strange little picking with the left. Now, as far as tension goes, one of the things that there's something called, I think it's called needle blocking, and you just push your yarn over to the right periodically just to make sure it's not tight. So that is something you can do. And I don't know, that's how I two-color knit. It's not particularly exciting, other than you'll just keep pushing this over to the right. Let's pretend this pattern is just I don't have any motif going on. When I get there, I will add that in.
So here's color work where I have to have longer floats. This was 1 by 1, and this is 3 by 3 now. So I'm still gonna hold my yarn in both hands, and I have my dominant color in my left hand, because that's where I predominantly knit with my left hand. And then the thing I'm doing here is I'm just smoothing it down as I go, and it's called, I think it's called, oh gosh, needle blocking, when you just periodically take your stitches off to the right just to, make sure that the tension isn't too puckery over there. And I don't think it's fast or efficient, and I am absolutely in no way claiming that I have the, best technique, because I know my tension isn't the best, but I'm just offering this into the, this is how I got started. I don't do this kind of knitting a lot, but this is what it looks like when I do it. And those two things are what helped me a great deal. If you had to go across more than 5, you would want to catch your yarn, and I will do that here, but it takes a long time for me to remember how. So if I were going to be catching this white yarn behind, I would insert my needle, wrap the white yarn around the needle, wrap the contrast color, unwrap, and then pull it through, and that catches the yarn behind there. So that's what you do for longer floats. And I don't know the technique. If I have to catch the contrast color, I only know how to do this one way. I'm not ambidextrous, so I just put the needles in, switch hands, put the yarn, I switch hands. But in this case, my whole job is just to tension these floats evenly across the back, and the tendency would be for the white float would probably be tighter, just keep pulling it down like that. And that's what it looks like from the front. And so you can see that. And then from the back, it looks like that. This is where all my ends were woven in. And yeah, it looks really loose because right now it's all squished up on the needles. But it'll be good once it's on my body and blocked. And I've literally done this once before in my life. This is with 3 colors. I know some people tension both yarns over one hand, so I'm trying that. So at any rate, I would grab the brown in this case, and then I'm doing my same old technique, but now I need to grab the pink here. So I grab the pink. Now what's going to happen is I have all this stuff I manage. I still need to remember to do that. For my sake, that's very important. So I'm grabbing the brown, doing my white, and now I'm going to grab the pink again. And I have to remember to periodically, otherwise this periodically smooth that or needle block it, as I've heard it called. And that is, you know, the 3 colors. As far as the 3 color knitting goes in this pattern, I feel like a yoga teacher here demoing a pose. I don't really know. I mean, how often do we 3 color knit? So I just threw on this ring, which I did it like that with 1 color, and then the other color is just going right over my finger, and I'm tensioning those on my left hand as I would in that ring. The idea is just to make it easier for me to grab. The potential is for these pink and brown places to pull pretty tight because they're going, you know, over 5 stitches. The pink and the brown are. That's how long your floats are in the back. So I'm holding those off to the left to give them lots of room. And then continually pulling my knitting over to the right as I go, just to make sure that this is spacious. But as you can imagine, this technique of mine could be improved and is only meant to be an intro to you who think to yourself that it's impossible to do, because it is not impossible, and you can take your time, and like I'm doing here, to pull the yarn over to the right, and then you should have nice, but keep watching other people's techniques and you may find better ones. Of course you will, I'm sure you will, but just start, and then that's the whole journey. You just keep improving as you learn more. Okay, thanks.